Hello, all you spacers out there, and welcome to part 3 of Endangered Species. This is a tabletop role-playing show where we will be playing the Mothership system by Tuesday Night Games. Here it is, if you haven't seen it already. Make sure I get it into frame, which I always forget to do. Thank you very much for checking out this show. I mean, hopefully you've checked out the previous 2 parts and have realised how tense and how much my players don't like me. If you do like the show or enjoy what we're doing, then please like and subscribe and show your support to the channel. We really do appreciate it. And who are we? Well, my name is Vince Hunt. I am the Game Master / Warden for this story, and I'm very pleased to be joined by 4 amazing players who are going to, well, who knows what's going to happen tonight. They're also, it's wonderful at the start of a session to see them also full of hope. We'll see if that stays by the end of the night. But of course, who are they? Well, first off, it is the Safe Space regular. And coming back to play a character, well, do they go by their namesake? We'll have to see this week. It is Lizzie Boyle.
Hello. Hello. I'm worried about not making it past the opening sequence, like the intros. That's the level of paranoia that you've put into me.
Ah.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
And we're friends. And speaking of friends, what better friend could you have than writer, artist, graphic novelist, and all-round good egg? It's Sarah Millman.
Hello! Woo! Hi! Good to be here. Mabel's also crashing today.
Yes, we are.
See how long that lasts.
We're very pro-cat cameo on this show. I have to shut my door so that mine don't come out, because otherwise you'd probably see a lot of cat butt when I'm trying to scare people, which would take away the tension. I don't know about you guys.
I don't know, probably make it more tense if she's thinking they're nicking the dog.
I'd be very tense. I would. My anxiety would be through the roof. Which is why it would be good to know that I can look at my screen and there is the musical maestro that is Eliot Red there. Hello, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
It's a pleasure to see you, sir. You sound very charming.
If you calling me maestro puts me in a very specific mindset when you do that. It's like,
nice.
Yes. Hello, I am the maestro.
Well, I mean, he might act a bit differently when he's playing his character. You might see that after the first 2 sessions. What we're sure to see is an unforgettable performance by our 4th player, podcaster, and all-round. Well, he seems to be an Elliot Gould fan. And if you can check out the character art, that's just at the top of his little frame there that he can't see right now, so I can't get him to point to it because he won't know what he's looking at. But he's still a pro anyway. It's Matt Troy.
Hello.
I'm going to do a silent clap, mainly because when I actually try to do a sound effect, that my mic doesn't pick it up for my players. I think at home you can pick it up, but they'll just pick on me. That's normally what happens. Until the game goes anyway. Speaking of the game, this is a survival horror game. Mothership's a brilliant system and there's lots of panic and tension. There may be descriptions of horror, gore, maybe some psychological trauma, probably a lot of panic. Could be some different kinds of violence and monsters and stuff. We may get into some descriptions of some icky things here and there. And if that's not your kind of gaming bag, we fully understand. Thank you for watching, and please just pull the ripcord and we'll catch you next time. But being a responsible game master, I have talked to my players about their lines of vows, and if there's anything that's too much for them, we may just sort of step back and sort of just change it up a little bit. But I think over the first 2 sessions they've already shown that they're in it. They're in it to win it. Wow. There's no such winning in it. Is there really winning in a tabletop role-playing game?
Survival. The biggest prize.
The thing is, in this game, she's not wrong. So with that said, let's start the engines. Reload those pulse rifles. Take a deep breath, center ourselves, and get ready for part 3 of Endangered Species. Previously, our squad of armor sight commandos had just escaped from their crashed dropship. I had to be careful when I said that. Only to find themselves face to face with vicious-looking alien creatures, some of which were feasting on what was left of those who didn't survive the crash. My players do have a bingo card with all the NPCs they're crossing off as we go. There it is. There it is. And it was amazing. It's almost like the camera wanted to block out anything that might give too much away, because Matt's camera went out of focus. I've got nothing to do with that. But what I can tell you is that JACKAL, field promoted due to the loss of their sergeant in the crash, led the squad to the jungle just beyond the swamp that they landed in, and after a brief moment of situational observation, they decided to trek onwards towards the scientific outpost on the planet for potential shelter and safety. It was a long trek, made difficult thanks to alien terrain and injuries, and even worse when the group encountered unexpected hazards. First, there was a patch of alien vegetation that released hallucinogenic spores, which affected some of them. Even the android Harper was not immune to its effects, and had to take a moment before she could continue onwards along with the others. But what she saw or heard was anybody's guess. This hold-up may have gotten the attention of something else, and soon after the group were caught up to and hunted by one of the creatures from the dropship crash. It appeared out of nowhere, and in a hail of gunfire and a violent swipe of a Vibeshetty, it was eventually taken down. The group was certainly spooked enough to decide to pick up the pace and move onwards, not knowing how many others were out there. Lucky, the squad sniper, was taking a strategically advantageous position during the trek, watching over the squad as the rest of his team cut their way through the thick jungle. He also managed to avoid the 2 previous encounters, once again proving his namesake to be true. When the group came across a difficult river crossing, however, it was Lucky who had to lead them all safely across. His wilderness survival skills kicked in, and thankfully, no one was lost in the trip across the dark, running alien water. And who knows what was in it. Unfortunately, the same couldn't be said when the group encountered their final hazard before their destination. A thick, muddy bog caught the tired soldiers unawares, and despite Vig, Harper and Lucky avoiding it, the rest of them had to fight hard to escape. 2 of their number panicked, and in doing so, sank beneath the surface and were lost. That was bad enough, but there was no time to rest. As slowly emerging from the undergrowth, the enormous leader of this bestial alien pack that was following them made its presence known, and once again observed the team from the other side of the mud pit. But behind them lay possible salvation as they arrived at their destination, and just ahead of them lay the AD Vance science outpost named Linnaeus 7. And that's where we pick up this week. So our squad, who were just starting to sort of back out of the tree line, you turned around, and as, if I remember correctly, there was a large sort of lighting rig, wasn't there, that you also saw that stood there. It's flickering a little bit, and Harper, you'd notice as you look at it, like some of it seems to be sparking, like it might have been damaged in some way, but it's still on. It's still, it's providing some safety, some safe harbour in some kind of way. And ahead of you, about 50 metres ahead of you, where the jungle ends, there's just mud and rocks, and you can see there's some tyre tracks in this mud, but there is a space between you and this outpost, this large outpost. So once again, I'll just describe it. It's a large building made of thick metal. I mean, it's not the prettiest of buildings, but in some ways it looks a little bit sleek. You can see just beyond the entrance building, a large dome protrudes on the top of it that looks to be, in some ways, glass, but you would know that it's probably reinforced space glass. That's what to the left, as you're looking directly at it, to the left there is a large tower with what looks to be a radio dish at the top. And to the right of the entranceway, where you see the sign that said Linnaeus 7 outpost, the smaller door, there is a larger, almost like a mechanical sort of garage door that seems to be, heavy duty, completely shuttered, but it looks like a sort of workshop maintenance kind of like garage door type thing. That you would imagine this is that's probably where they kept some of their equipment and gear, should they need it. This isn't a heavy duty outpost. You knew about this beforehand. This is botanists, geologists, science boffins. Apologies to any scientists out there. I just called you boffins. I didn't mean that in any way, shape or form. And certainly I will ruin any attempt to try and be scientifically accurate during this game, because I am not a scientist. But I will do my best to paint a picture. But what you do see there ahead of you, it's the entire structure seems to be dark. What do you do? You're backing out of the trees. Tank, one of the soldiers with you, he's wounded. His bandage on his leg is sopping with blood as well.
How far is it? Sorry, from where?
About 50 meters. So it's a little distance. It is a little distance ahead of you, but and as the rain's coming down, you can see sort of thick tire tracks that have that are slowly being worn away by the rain and the mud and things like that. But
do those tire tracks look like they go through that cargo door?
Yeah, some that are sort of heading towards that. You see to your right, there is a little bit of a track that disappears into the tree somewhat. You can't see. It's not like this isn't like a National Trust or National Park where there's a road, but there's clearly this vehicle was probably used for something.
Hang on, and it's raining.
It's currently raining. It's not raining as heavy as it was earlier. The rain has slowed down a bit, and the lightning.
Still, it's been raining.
Yeah, the lightning is
for a while.
Occasionally. Yeah.
That implies that those tracks are not so old.
I've got to ask the question, boss. What do we do?
We got to get out of the rain. We got to get away from these things. Some kind of enclosed space. Perhaps we can take a rest and actually gather our thoughts. Let Tank have 5 minutes to rest, for God's sake.
I suggest we follow the tire tracks.
And
not a bad shout.
Workbench sort of speaks up. Tire tracks? What the hell are you talking about, man? Look, I can see tracks, but I can't. What, you want to go that way into the jungle again?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said they were going to the door.
There are some that go to the door. There's some that go to the door,
sorry.
and there's one that goes to the tracks. So you want
Workbench, you imbecile. We're not going to go into the woods. We're going to go to the door.
Jesus Christ, man! I just want to get out of this shit. And he keeps looking back to that dark jungle beyond.
Yeah, honestly, I share that sentiment. Anybody else? Do we need to vote on this? I'm going to the door, and I walk towards the door.
So you got the large sort of garage-like door, and to the left of it, there is like a double door sort of structure, a normal entrance, with a panel, like a key code sort of panel, which you can see as you get closer. It has a red light on it.
Am I going to need to R2D2 this shit? Can I? Do I have a code? I am made for hacking.
You don't have a code.
Yeah.
But it's up to you. That one, the main entrance has this sort of keypad. The maintenance one doesn't seem to have so much. It seems to be heavy duty locks and stuff. That might be brute force to try and get in there, whereas the other might take a little technical knowledge.
How about you guys? But I prefer a door that would lock behind us.
That is a good point.
would I be able to hack it without destroying the lock? If I hack it, it's gonna still be functional, right?
Yeah, if you Harper, you would know this. If you were to hack this lock to open it, you would get into the system and you'd be able to relock it, unless you critically failed. But who knows what will happen there?
The whole thing will explode.
All right then, Harper, think you got this?
Of course I do.
So, as Harper sort of approaches, at what point? So you're probably like 5 meters from the door now. The whole party sort of, some of them are looking back at the tree line. As Harper sort of steps forward, and she's got like the wrist, but sort of the Pip Boy, as I keep calling it. But also you get some wires out, Harper. You bring down the panel, and you pop it open. Yeah, you do that. And start plugging stuff in. Now, would you like me to give me a check, please, Harper?
Yes, what am I checking? Computers hacking?
You have computers and hacking. So I would imagine that this would be... what skill check would it be?
It's plus 15.
Okay, and I would probably say it would be an intellect check for you, Harper.
Okay, so I'm rolling a D100.
Yes. So, perfect time for us to just go through, as we do at the beginning of every session, just to refresh the memory. Mothership is a D100 system. All the characters have stats for like strength, speed, intellect, combat. They also have saves, which are sanity, fear, and body. They all rolled them in character creation, and plus they also have skills that can add 10, was it 10, 15, 20? Is that what it is? Yeah. Now, whenever it comes for a check or a save, you have to roll a D100. And you have to get underneath your score. So, Harper, what is your standard intellect check? Without any of that modifiers.
So my standard is 52.
52.
And hacking is an expert skill, so that's plus 15, so it'll be 67. I need to roll it.
Okay. Do you have computers as well?
Yes, I do. You have to have computers to have hacking.
Yes. So I will allow you to add that. With my Mothership games, I allow you to sort of double up. And because of the knowledge of if it narratively makes sense. So narratively, you need to know computers to do this, and you need to know hacking. So you can add both. So what is now the number that you have to roll underneath?
So that's 52, 62, plus 15, 77. Is that right?
77.
I'm an artist. I don't know numbers.
I only deal with colour and shape.
I just colour in. I colour in and scribble things.
Yeah.
Right, so that's 77.
Yeah, so on your D100.
Oh, 46.
46.
Nice.
46.
And she gets this look over her face. She's like, I'm in.
And you see, Harper, when you because you succeed, as you're hacking in, you get into the system as well. So some of the just general computer systems for the whole thing. So you can act, and certainly it doesn't take you long. Harper goes very quiet while this is happening. It's not an immediate thing. It'll probably take a couple of minutes while Harper's doing this. So I'll come back to you in a second, Harper, and we'll just describe what's happening. As Harper just switches off, go on, describe, Sarah.
As she succeeds, she kind of goes, I'm in. And then looks around a little bit to be like, has anybody noticed that I've done something a little bit
Lucky's nearby going, clever girl. With a little kind of a wink and a little kind of ding.
As it's raining.
Yeah.
It's still malfunctioning.
It's lightning reflecting off his super shiny teeth.
Yeah.
Like, ding.
Yeah. And then Harper just sort of goes still. While this is happening. So for a couple of minutes, what are the rest of the group doing? Harper's by the door, just sort of look. She's doing it. The rest of the Marines.
All right.
Tank's looking a little bit pale. He's starting to look pale, but he's like, yeah.
Okay, look, I want to be first in there, and then I want to get a good look around. I need one of you two, either Lucky or Vig, to be the last man in to make sure everybody gets in, including Frank. Okay. I mean Tank. Sorry, Tank.
God, why does everyone keep calling me Frank, man?
Look, it just rolls off the tongue. It's so easy. Look, it won't happen again. Sorry. Anyway, Fig, Lucky, who's up?
This reminds me of breaking into bank vaults on Arcturus 4. I'll happily go in alongside you, boss.
High Noon's like, what? I thought you were a pilot.
Yeah, I grew up on the rim. I had a lot of jobs there.
God. She sort of fobbed it off and she's just looking at the tree line.
I guess right now we don't need a pilot. Maybe a bit of criminal behavior is yeah.
Yeah, you used to being an out-of-work pilot, Fig.
Hey, I worked at tugboats on New Upstate New York for 5 years. I know my way around a building.
So the
When they
sea
tore
and
down
the
the
sky.
space station
What
at
do you?
New Upstate New York, I worked for the new Neo Upstate New York space station too. Beat around.
Sounds like it.
And as you all look at Vig now, you suddenly realise that he's not the cocky young pilot, or he's a little more grizzled and rough around the edges. This particular pilot. Harper, as you connect with the system, there's all the like little for the doors to unlock. You're given, certainly it gives you a list of different ones, and one of them is in the entrance. There's like the offices, power station, there's a lab dome, there's a water and hygiene station. You do see there are solar panels. There's a room with solar panels. There's a whole list of things. You have the opportunity to also download, or you would know with that success, you could get a blueprint of the layout of this place. You could immediately sort of download it. It's up to you whether you do it now,
Yeah.
or before you properly press go on the thing. Okay.
Can
Are there
I
any life support readings?
There's no at the moment. That it's just
Movement?
It's just the blueprint for this place. There's no readings. There's nothing that gives off anything that would be like, she can't.
I gotta tell you, whenever you opens one of these doors, there's always zombies inside. Techno zombies, vomit zombies. There's always some zombies inside, okay?
Jackal,
Oh,
you begin to see some. There's something definitely moving back the way you came. In the tree.
oh shit, you might be right, Fig. You might be right.
In the tree line.
Can I see
Let's
any? Oh, sorry.
Oh wait, no.
Sorry.
I'm going.
All right,
I'm
it's
going
coming
to.
from the tree line. That's really not good. Is this door open yet?
Okay, Harper, you download the blueprint, which now everyone will see.
Very nice. Very nice.
Information.
That
Okey-dokey.
that's the general layout of this building. So you immediately see it. Later on, you know you can patch it through to the rest of them, so they've got an idea. But you've got that on your system right now.
Mhm. Can I see any doors that are locked?
You
Or
do.
Is that something we encounter?
You would, yeah, you would see on the list. You have like the entrance door is shut.
Mhm.
The dome is not shut. You do notice the door. The ones that, if you're looking for the locked doors, solar panels is shut. Power station is currently shut. And I would say, what's the other one that is? Probably the water and hygiene station currently. But everything else seems to be open.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, yeah. Obviously, I'll just prioritize because I assume the ones that are locked, there's going to be like a panel next to it
Yeah.
to lock it, so we can kind
And
of.
you saw like there is a
get
system.
inside.
This is the door. This is the doorway entry system. So even though you hacked into this, if you wanted to go further into the system, you would need to be somewhere else. This is just, you wouldn't be able to hack the entire place from here.
Can't hack the planet.
No,
Not yet.
no, not yet, not yet. But certainly you can, as you're pressing the door, the green light goes from red to, ching, and you hear like locks coming undone. You just need to press the button and get in. As Jackal, you start to see something big.
Status report, Harper. Status report.
I'm just gonna press the door, the button to open
And
it, and then step back like.
and it's it opens up. And there's just darkness within. Dim. It's not pitch black. This is, but it's definitely the lights are off. There's a few dim lights in the distance, and certainly you see. But it's not. It doesn't look like it's been wrecked or anything. There's a few sort of empty box. Well, there seems to be some boxes and crates, but the door is open currently.
So Lucky's going to grab hold of Tank and just kind of be helping him in with High Noon probably just in front of us, and I'll just say to Workbench, you know, just help him. Workbench at the back.
Okay.
I'll
So
probably wait for Jackal. See what you
Okay.
want to do.
so Tank.
I'm assuming we're going in behind because Jackal wanted to go in at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jackal, you go in first.
Yeah, I'm heading in first.
Heading in first, followed
I'll
by
take a look around.
and Workbench follows in just after you with Tank.
No, I was going to help. Lucky was going to help them.
Okay.
Yeah,
the back.
I'm going first with the boss.
So okay, and High Noon follows pretty quickly. So Harper, are you the last one to?
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna go in after the first two, but yeah, I'll end up going last. I don't mind. I don't
Okay.
care.
No. I'll kind of escort you in. I'll escort you in.
Trying to
The
butt in,
robot,
but
she's gonna follow the humans.
Everyone's arguing about going in a door. No, you first.
What do
No,
you
you first.
humans want
Lucky's
to
going to make sure that Harper goes in
After
relatively quickly.
this is
because
the
Luck-
British space
Harper is able to do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
pretty
this is the
vital.
most British space expedition. After you,
And I would say, as you're probably the last before the door shuts, Lucky, you turn around and you do see about 50 meters away, the vast shape of the pack leader as it just
Hey, Harper, can you lock this thing?
I believe it'll lock automatically behind us.
You believe or you know?
I'm about 98% sure.
Okay.
Providing that this lock is as functional as my diagnostics show.
as this
98%.
Harper says this.
I mean,
this
they're
creature,
odds. I'll take them.
This creature is sort of moving its head, and it seems to be sort of calling out to something.
Your nickname is Lucky after all.
Not a nickname. It's a way of life.
And you see two more creatures appear by the sides of this thing. Before Harper, do you shut the door?
Yeah, of course I do.
As you,
So
the last,
what do you?
the last thing you
I've got
see,
legs, so-
yeah, the last thing you see, Lucky, before the door shuts, is this massive pack leader and two more of these beasts approach on the other side of it. And Harper, the red light comes on. You hear the door lock behind you. And you are inside this science outpost that is Linnaeus 7. Dark as it is right now, quiet as it is right now. You can just hear the rain lashing down outside. Even with its thick ceilings, you can definitely hear just like almost like, it sounds like static. It's like white noise, isn't it, when there's sort of heavy rain, just like outside. But then even as you get used to the interior, even that sort of quietens somewhat as you start to focus on what is ahead. So, Jackal, you are at the front. It's quite dark in here currently.
And we don't have any torches or anything.
I would say that you would have a small torch attached to your if anyone's got any sort of rifle type weapon, then there is a small torch.
I have a smart rifle.
Yeah, so that the smart rifle would definitely create it as well. So
Submachine gun?
submachine guns probably wouldn't. So the people with the bigger the shotguns would.
All the more reason for me to lead. Shotgun would.
Okay.
Would I have any kind of like night vision in my camera eye?
Let's see.
Or any kind of like light?
Could you give me a D100 roll, please?
Oh, okay. Sure. That's 11.
Yes, yes, you do have a. You can switch it because of that sort of strange eye that Harper has on there. Is it her left eye or is it the right? Her left eye, which like almost looks like a camera attached to it. You can turn it. It's like a grayscale sort of night vision kind of thing, but you can definitely see a bit. And certainly, as the camera cuts to Harper's vision, you have that eerie sort of look of the Marines looking around, and their eyes are lit up like cats, you know, as they're just trying to see what's going on.
Okay. How many of us are there at the moment? There's us, 4, Tank, and who else have we brought? Who else is left?
Workbench.
Workbench and
High
High
Noon.
Noon.
Just Workbench and High Noon. Okay.
Yep, that's the only people who made it.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. At least Lucky made it. So, do we want to? Sounds a bit cliche, but do we want to split up and head to maintenance workshop and main storage and the offices in 2 groups, cover more ground, maybe we find something, or do we want to stick together for safety?
Do we know where medical is?
You wouldn't know completely. I mean, I think Harper would probably know that there is a medical office within the office block. I say block. It's a small batch of rooms, but that's where the doctors,
This is a good point. That's where
the
Tank
physician
should.
of this.
How about I take Tank and High Noon to medical?
You take Tank and High Noon.
Yeah, I'm feeling kind of woozy, man. I need.
You look great, Tank. Go to the offices with Lucky. And yeah, High Noon, watch their back.
Watch their back.
Hey, doll. Here it is.
Oh God! Right. Okay. So, Harper, did you have you sort of connected with the short range sort of signal that you have? Everyone's got a copy of this map.
Yeah. As soon as I can, I'll share the map.
Share the map. So everyone essentially has the map. On your sort of like armor sight sort of super watches. I would say Vig doesn't have one. He doesn't have one of these wrist things. This is more for like the soldiers to have it. Speaking of Vig, who are you going with? We're splitting the party. Unbelievable. Right, okay.
Somebody needs to go and
Promise to look after the NPCs.
Somebody needs to go and look in the maintenance workshop and main storage area to see if there's any vehicles in there, just in case we need to get out of here real fast on account of the lizard guys and the inevitable zombies.
I mean, you want to make a bet?
I don't bet on zombies.
I was gonna say 20 buckazoids. There are no zombies.
That's a first.
May I make a suggestion? I believe the more we split up, as you say, the more our chances of our survival diminish quite significantly.
Agreed.
Zombies.
This is why I put it to a team vote, because it has its pros and cons. We cover more ground a lot more efficiently, but we do run the risk of being less safe.
Do we have a time constraint here?
I would say that the giant creatures one locked door away from us are quite a time constraint, yeah.
And let's not forget the zombies.
And the inevitable zombies.
Inevitable zombies.
I was unaware those massive creatures outside had hacking abilities, but okay, sure.
They do have ripping and shredding and can opening abilities, so you know.
Hacking, slashing, who's splitting hairs?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did you see what they did to our ship?
They open
point.
like a can of peaches.
And that
So-
one's Berg.
But we need, I mean, not what's the next thing we're going to do, but what's the end thing?
Okay.
Can we communicate? Is there anybody here? Are there any scientists? What's
we
the
have
research
communicators.
with the outside world? Who's coming to
We're
get
here to
us?
find out.
You do
They
have
have a
short-range
comms.
comms. Your
They have-
short-range comms would work in this facility.
We have short range comms, and they have a comms tower, so that's what we
Mhm.
need. We need as much information as we can, as quickly as possible. And the only best way to do that is to cover more ground. That's why I'm putting it to a team vote.
Do they got
Uh-huh.
a ship maybe, or some kind of escape vehicle?
That would be in the workshop, right?
If it's anywhere.
I'm leaning more towards splitting the group the more we talk about it. I'm not gonna lie, because we need as
Yeah.
much info as possible.
Maybe into two. If we
Mhm.
check out the maintenance section, see if there is a vehicle we can salvage. If not, go to comms.
All right. In the meantime, Lucky Tank
Workbench speaks
and
up and
I
goes,
do.
"Yeah, man. I hate to burst your bubble, but how the fuck are we gonna get off this planet, man? We gotta get a message to above. We need to get out of here."
He's right. He's right.
Okay, how about
I agree.
And as Lucky says,
Tank needs medical.
Harper, you hear a buzzing in your head, and as Lucky's continues, I'm going to message you, Sarah.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Carry on.
no.
What are you messaging me on?
I will do it via WhatsApp.
Okay. Not a sponsor.
Okay.
Other messaging services are available for in-game communication.
For example, Discord. All of them very reputable ?
Yeah, Tank needs painkillers, if nothing else.
At the very least.
And
She
the
got me.
tower is just through there, so I can go to the tower. I mean, I'm not a radio guy, but
What, the comm station?
We do got
Yeah.
a radio guy.
who's the radio? Did we kill the radio guy?
No, we got Workbench. He's a radio guy.
I'm still here, man.
Awesome. Hey!
Did the video
I'm
kill the
new.
radio
I'm
guy?
new. This is my first go around with you
What do you
guys.
think that thing
You know,
on his back is sandwiches?
I kind of hoped.
I could do with a sandwich.
Yeah.
If you want to go to the comm station tower, honestly, it's high on my priority list, so I'd be happy for you to, but up to you.
Let's do it.
My original mission would suggest the comms tower would be the best place to go.
Hmm.
For me.
I agree.
Sorry.
As much as I do want to find a way off the planet, I want to complete our mission first.
Would the comms station tower have any information on any escape vessels that might be on this planet, pods and the like that we might be able to escape on?
You'd have to see.
Robert, should we go check out the comm station tower?
So disrespectful to the android.
Fine. I'm used to it. I suggest that as we're dropping as members of our group have already gone to the offices, we should swing by the offices, make our way to the comm station.
Okay.
We split the party for as least time as possible.
I like this compromise.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I like this plan. So, we are, no matter for however long it may be, we are splitting the party. So, Lucky, you are taking Tank and High Noon,
Mm-hmm.
and you're heading towards the offices, and
Yep.
where the medical offices. Yeah. The rest of the group, are you staying as one?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to try and keep to the front and try and get to the offices, preferably ahead of everyone else.
Okay. So do you want to go? Do you want to go with Lucky to the offices, while the others go to the comm tower?
Yes.
Player decisions. Who would have thunk it?
You just hear this kind of like Manny. Like
a fax. Just getting a fax. Hold on, everyone. We're getting a fax.
He's trying to make a decision. Like the CPU is heating up.
She's out of paper. Get her to the office. Get there and start trying to jam paper into you.
But yeah, she's gonna basically like power walk to the offices.
Okay, so Harper is going to go with Lucky. This works out quite nicely because 2 players and 2 players. I like that party split. Okay. So you all sort of venture through using the map towards the offices. So you're venturing to like the western part of the structure, and there is another door. This one isn't locked, so Harper sort of presses it and for the first part of this journey, Harper is essentially just leading the way until you get to it's not a crossroads, but you get to the path where some of the party are going to turn right into the main structure where the offices, the administration and the offices of this place are. And further on is the comm tower, which, as you know, was quite a tall, from outside, it was one of the tallest structures in this place. But you don't know whether that was, a lot of that was engineering for the tower. The office, it could just be a sort of a radio station at the bottom. But you won't know until you sort of get there. So eventually, Lucky and Harper move to the east. And Jackal, are you leading your team?
Mm-hmm. Once Harper splits off, I take the lead onwards on the opposite route.
So this is Jackal, Workbench, and Vig. And so Jackal's, you're moving down. And as you get sort of closer to the comm tower, you start to notice. Whereas, like in the entrance, it seemed to be fairly clean, untouched in some ways. It was a bit eerie because the lights aren't on. Now you notice there's a few sort of suggestions of disarray. There's some crates that are just sort of pushed in a certain angle, maybe some sort of scuffle. And as you approach the comm station, that's when you see the first sign of blood on the floor.
That zombies.
Will you shut the fuck up about zombies, man?
I mean, look, I'm not gonna say he's making me believe it, but this shit ain't.
He's making me believe it, and that's what I don't like.
If everybody believes in the fucking zombies, then there's like gonna be less chance of us all getting killed by the zombies because we will be shooting first.
Look, I was brought up to believe and you will manifest, and I don't want to manifest a fucking horde of zombies in here. So I'd rather not believe the bullshit.
About manifesting fucking zombies?
Oh, fuck!
Look, my parents were non-theistic space quakers. We don't believe in manifesting zombies. I think I'm called vigorous. We go in there, if there's zombies, we smash them up.
Wait, your name's Vigorous? I just thought it was just Vig.
No, it's short for vigorous. Vigorous blouse.
And that's pair.
Okay.
Was that your mom's idea, your dad's idea? Who?
Vigorous was the name of the colony ship that took my family to our home in New Upstate New York. It's a Quaker thing. They name you after stuff like that, like ancient TV show Inspector Morse, whose first name was Endeavor, who was named after Captain Cook's sloop. Why am I explaining this to you? There's zombies in there. Come on.
Workbench, can you get this thing to work?
We're not even at the fucking door, man. This lunatic has been talking about zombies for the past fucking 5 minutes.
I'm calmer than you are.
You're probably right, my friend, because there's a fucking blood on the floor, man. And there seems to be blood which is trailing towards the comm station tower.
I'm not hesitating at this point.
Let's
We've been out here for 5 minutes talking about fucking zombies. No, Jackal is like, oh, and I'm fucking worked up, and I'm going towards the door,
Yeah.
not being subtle.
And certainly you do see, like, the blood gets thicker.
Yeah, that's fine.
The more you approach, and there's some on the walls.
I have a weapon ready.
Yeah.
I have a gun out.
And
I have my combat shotgun ready.
And you turn the corner, and like you see the doorway for the comm station tower, and it's dark in between. Well, dark beyond. And you listen, the rifle up, and you can't hear anything. And then, as you pan across, and you follow the trail of blood up, you see something. When you get to the offices, as Lucky and Harper, as you walk along, and it's still dark, but Harper's leading the way, and High Noon is helping Lucky. I love just leaving them in suspense. As you head towards the offices, and you do see like the station sort of commander sort of office, and Harper has the sort of, I mean, this is a block of offices, but Harper can definitely direct you to the physician's office within this. The rest of it seems to be, it's offices for for the scientists. There's the one for the main station commander, which is the largest office, and then there's a few smaller ones. You see name plaques on there. You see a name plaque for Chen. You see LaRue. There's Karloff. Stevens. And then you see the physician's office, which is Kimata. As you head further down, though, as you get down there, you start to notice something, like there's some dents in the wall as you get closer towards the physician's office. And the physician's door is shut, but there's definitely traces of blood underneath. And as you step closer, there's blood, but Lucky, you step in something, and it's like a sticky substance of some kind. Sticks to the bottom of your boot.
I'll lift my foot up and go, I'm supposed to be the lucky one.
It's a strange secretion of some kind. It seems to be a little more around. There's when you see blood, it's not what the other party saw. There's traces of blood, but it doesn't seem to be a bloodbath. And the door for the physician's office is closed. High Noon's like, he's gonna pass out at any moment. I need to get him some meds. I need to see what they got. And where the hell is everyone in this place? Weren't we supposed to be getting these people out of here?
We'll get to that. Stand back. And Lucky, probably unnecessarily, is gonna kick the door.
As you're doing that, Harper's going to be like, I'll just lean in and listen. And then you kick the door down.
Make a strength check, please, Lucky.
This is going to go so wrong. I'm going to break my ankle. Would my athletics help?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I'm looking to get lower than a 44. Yeah, that's not. That's a 94.
Boom! There's a.
50 out.
It doesn't give, because Harper, you know that this is a press a button and the door opens. You don't need. It doesn't swing backwards and forwards. So the fact that Lucky did this was irrelevant.
It's like in a slot.
If he did well, he would have dented it He might have actually stopped it from opening if he succeeded.
I'm just gonna look Lucky in the eye and press the button to open.
Yeah. Lucky, your knee, when you hit, it echoed. The reverberation echoed and your knee twinges.
Oh.
As the boom.
Nothing like fucking up a door to make you feel old. Shall we?
You could look into some replacement joints.
I mean, I'm not that old.
Nothing to do with age. All of my joints are replaced. They've all come from different places, so... Anyway. After you.
No, I insist. You're way more equipped to deal with whatever is through there than I am. After you.
And she's
She's gonna have like computers and stuff in it, you know?
Okay. Then I'm gonna go in.
And certainly,
What is in there?
the door opens and you step in, and the light is sort of flickering slightly. There seems to be there's been small lights on the wall, sort of emergency backup, but nothing really. This place has essentially gone black. There's a small amount of emergency lighting here, which basks it in a little more of a reddish kind of glow. What you see is this is a room that you recognise. You've been in the doctor's offices. Maybe not so much Harper, but the rest of them will recognise. You know, Lucky, when you had your physicals, you know exactly how this is laid out. It's very standard issue. You know, it's got all the cabinets with all the medicinals, and although those sort of offices weren't wrecked like this one. The table is knocked over. There is bandages. There is medical equipment strewn across the floor. Some of it looks like it's been partly sort of torn up. There's part of like some of these metallic sort of closets on the side there where some of the pills and medicines are badly dented, like something hit it hard. You also notice there's some what looks like big gouges out of part of one of the walls. And there seems to be more of this sticky substance. Whenever you see, there's a few drops of blood here and there, but instead of blood, you just keep seeing like there's this substance that sort of seems to be covering part of the walls. And High Noon's like, what the? What the? And she seems to sort of shake it off a little bit. And Lucky, I need to get some of this kit. Bring him in. She seems to switch into medic mode. And nothing seems to be in there. There is just signs that something happened here.
Okay. Is there any kind of like, it's completely wrecked.
Yeah.
But is there any kind of like computer station?
There is a
there is a
computer station.
Into?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ignore everything else and just head towards
to the
that
computer station.
Time.
Okay. And Lucky,
I'm gonna shut the door.
Yeah.
Press the button.
Yeah. As we pan out and the camera shuts, you just see a boot print on it. Oh dear. And like I say, this is when I say it's a wreck, it's not looted, it's not ransacked. You know, some of these closets you see, like High Noon begins sort of bringing up that she's bringing out some fresh bandages. She had some of her own kit anyway, but this is more, you know, she's bringing out fresh bandages, and she pulls that you guys pull the table back up. Well, Harper doesn't, because she's gone straight over to the, and she begins sort of plug it. You don't need to necessarily plug into this one, but you can, although you do have some cables that would make things quicker.
Yeah, I'll plug in.
Yeah, and Lucky, you notice this as High Noon's, she's occasionally giving you, you know, could you just get me that from there, and some stitches. You notice that Harper's just gone over to this sort of station, and seems to be doing something else.
So if there's bits of time when I'm not needed to help out, Lucky will kind of just be kind of like over the shoulder looking a little bit to see if there's anything on any files in the computer.
Okay. Harper, what are you looking
But mostly
for?
he's staying away from the door.
Yeah, yeah. And it's certainly, you see this door, and you see this screen, sorry, and it's very low power. You don't. It seems like it's on, it's flickering, but you need more power to access the systems fully. It almost says it's like on power saving mode, so you won't be able to, like a phone, if you imagine. You know when you put it on the lowest power saving mode and you can't do a lot of things.
So I'm not gonna obviously go for images or anything. I'm just going for like pure data, and I want to like find anything to do with research, any like logs of the medic who's here. I would say with this now, in the sort of the state it's in. When I say the state it's in, that makes it seem like it's damaged. But the power saving mode, you would know. You need more power. You need to get the power onto this place before you can access everything. Great, cool, nice.
Are there any cabinets or desk drawers that have got paper records?
What are you looking for? Oh, paper records.
Paper records, medical.
Yeah, you can take some time.
Crew medical.
Yeah, and you'd be able to find like just some basic notes. You know, there is certainly some notes of certain things. If you want
anything recent that would be unusual.
Okay.
To a non-doctor. Although I guess High Noon can read some stuff as well if I find anything that looks recent and weird.
High Noon is concentrating on fixing Tank up as best she can. She doesn't really want to give him any more pain pills because, but she might have to. But if she does that, how much use he'll be, he might be a bit too doped up. So I'll leave that up to the players to decide whether Tank gets any more pain pills. But we'll do that in the break. So while you're looking through things, Lucky, as Harper, you're just sort of seeing, you're coming to, it's almost closed doors. It's almost digital closed doors. You're like, okay, I need this. I could do it from here. I could do it from this sort of terminal. I cannot do it in this mode.
So we need more power, basically.
Yeah.
And I can't get anything.
No, not right now. You get like some. I mean, I would say with your hacking skills, without a roll, unless you want a roll, would you like to roll? Would you?
I'll give it a blast.
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah, give a bit of a hacking roll. Yeah, same again.
Is it going to be 77?
Yeah, because you're just trying to get you've got that sort of that white box with the passcode, so you're trying to just bypass that to get to.
Password 123.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 40.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you log on, and you know that there's some files that you cannot quite access yet because the relevant systems aren't booting up enough. And
I could just see the folder names.
Yeah, the folder names, but they're sort of like they have like small X's on them. But from the looks of it,
new folder.
Yeah. Untitled folder 2, untitled folder, and then one just named stuff to sort.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Oh God, I've been seen. Oh no. Stuff.
Like, if you're putting files on the server, do not put my new folder 4. You need to put a date stamp, and you need to put your initials. Ooh, sorry.
Lucky starts to give Harper a bit of a back rub just to try and chill her out a little bit.
Physically, you get no benefits from this, Harper. You're an android, and you're wondering why he's physically massaging you. Roll me a D100, Lizzie, just to see how good is Lucky. This is not a stress test, by the way, but just. Oh, did you get a point of stress? By the way, you get a point of stress when you.
I didn't. Yeah, sorry.
Humans are strange creatures.
So massage check.
Yeah. Did you get below a 50?
On the solid steel back.
Yeah.
Oh dear. That's an 11.
Oh. You would imagine
I can
Harper.
massage robots.
Yeah. You imagine he's got very soft hands for a Marine. This is.
You imagine.
Yeah, perhaps if you were human, You may gain some benefit from this. But you don't.
All of my like recycled robot parts are quite like, in some places they're quite shoddily put together, and it just seems like you've rearranged them a bit, so it will just kind of like fix it better.
Oh my
Like
god.
mechanical chiropractor.
That would be
Yeah.
awful. Can you imagine massaging someone and then it moves? Oh!
Put your thumb between a shoulder blade or something.
Yeah, just like a thunk, chink, chink, chink.
It's like, have you seen those awful videos of chiropractors when they just go and
Oh,
like
yeah.
rip people's back?
Oh, yeah.
Really unhealthy, and you shouldn't do it, but still.
But yeah.
Can I radio the other group? And just
You can radio, but we'll cut back to what you say in just a moment.
if it's a good time to make a segue.
Yeah. Jackal, you do see the blood that's in here.
Yeah.
And you see a large patch of it and a torn. Seems to be there's a small mass in the center of it, and you can't quite tell what it is. There seems to be a bit of fabric attached to it. It's only a small mound of something that looks quite organic in amongst all the red.
So, boss, I've been thinking, right? One thing that's been on my mind since we started this is, why did they stay with the ship and not come after us? Do you ever think about that? You know what I'm saying here?
I have no fucking idea what you're saying, man. It's just freaking me out.
They knew that was a ship.
What?
Those animals knew it was something, right? They knew it was important. More important than us. Why did they know that?
Hey, Jackal, what do you see up there, man? Can I catch up? Please?
It's not moving.
It's not moving.
No movement.
No.
No movement.
No. And
Yeah,
it seems
I-
to be, this is in a corridor where there are some steps leading up as well, some metallic stairs.
Okay. I will slowly approach it, and while saying, yeah, I think so.
Seems to be something.
And I'm not going to take my eyes off it, but I'm going to say, Vig, I hear what you're saying. I think they have a higher level of intelligence than we give them credit for.
Wasn't that?
And you see, you'd be able to figure it out. This is some sort of internal organ on the floor.
Okay.
And there seems to be part of, maybe a little bit of bone in there as well. And part of a, you see a name badge just on the floor, probably about 5 feet away from it. And then the name badge reads Freeman.
Okay.
But that's all you see, and you see a bit more blood, and then as you step forward, you see like blood sort of stops at some point, and there seems to be this strange substance. It's like this icky puddle of something, and it seems to be on some of the stairs leading up.
Okay, well, the entrance was locked, with no signs of breach, which implies there is another way that they found to get in.
What?
We've not looked at the whole station yet. It could be break-ins elsewhere.
What the? As a workbench catches up. What the fuck is that? Oh shit! You immediately
It's dead, is what it is.
Okay.
I wanna. What is this substance? Can I like?
The sort of fleshy sort of the stuff. That's
No,
on
no,
the
no.
floor. Or the substance.
The weird liquid that we keep encountering.
Well, this is the first time that you've encountered it.
Oh. Did the others encounter it as well?
Yeah,
though?
yeah. The others encountered
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Did you
yeah.
encounter it? Actually, did you encounter it on this corridor? I know it was about like 20 minutes away. Or was Lucky the first one to encounter it? I think Lucky was, wasn't he? I think.
I thought we'd already encountered a very strange, weird, unidentifiable substance, or just that hadn't been identified yet.
But yeah, there seems to be. It's like a. If you imagine like, if you like used a lot of sort of like glue, just like not PVA glue, but you know when it goes clear and it's just if you put your hand in it and it's just really sticky and it's like ugh, seems to be that kind of stuff. A little more sort of. It's not as sticky as that. Is viscous when it's thicker or is it when it's thinner?
I smell it.
It is.
What's the smell of?
Make a body save.
Burps and farts.
Oh shit. 52. That is above 27.
Okay. Add a point of stress.
Okay.
And you throw up.
Oh boy.
It is rancid. There's a, you know, it smells like death, but there's also a certain sense of like there's almost a coppery after scent to it.
Okay. Oh god.
Oh,
I gained so much information from that.
God,
I'm so much smarter than I used to be. Thank God I sniffed it. I now know that there's a smell of copper.
Smell.
Hey, you want a beer?
You know, I normally don't drink on duty, but yeah.
Can I give him one of my beers, please?
You can give him one of your beers. As Workbench is like, hold the fucking phone. You're sharing a 6-pack and what the fuck? Are we headed? Look, is the comm station up there, man? Is it clear? Is it clear? As you're wiping chunks.
I don't know if it's clear. There's parts of a dead body in front of us, and there's a strange liquid substance leaking all the way up the stairs, and there's an unidentified entrance somewhere else in the building that we haven't found yet. I don't know if it's clear, but I'm gonna go up there.
Jesus Christ. Well, Vig, you stay at the back, man.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that way if there's any zombies you can take them on. As you move up to the next floor, and the next floor certainly you see a door to the comm station. And the door's shut, but it's not locked. And
Kick it.
but there are sort of more. There's more of this sort of liquid on the steps going up, leading into it.
Oh. There's more of it. Okay. Does Workbench have a weapon?
Yeah. I think he's got an SMG. So he's got trained. Who's going first? Who's going first?
I'll go first. Vig, gun ready. Workbench, gun ready. And yeah, I will just take the lead and cautiously proceed.
As the door opens, and you can see inside. There are a few sort of windows on the side, and as more lightning crashes, it sort of lights up some of this room. The room that is quite dark, and you see panels and screens and buttons, and you see a chair on its side, sort of skew-whiffed, and you can see part of some of these panels smashed, shattered. A lot of them are in there. I mean, like I say, this is a comm station, so there is quite a lot going on here. There's no sign of life, but there's this substance. There's a couple of the screens that are shattered, and this sticky substance is covering some of it, and you do see a massive gash on part of the chair, and some dark droplets near some of these small puddles of liquid. His Workbench is like, what the fuck, man?
Just scan for movement. I'm gonna look around. I want to look on the ceilings, the walls. Do I see anything tucked up in a corner hiding?
You don't see anything. You don't.
All right.
It takes a few minutes. Vig, As you're there, you do hear in the distance.
Oh.
What was that? Anybody else hear that?
Was that? That wasn't one of
Yeah,
the
I
things
heard
hitting.
that.
It sounded like something hitting the door, man. Do you think?
It could have been the big guy at the front.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Hands up who wishes it was zombies now.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Which, by the way, I'm starting to lean more towards.
Oh, God. Well,
you
look,
know,
just watch
interference.
watch my back. Look, I'll see what I can do with this equipment, man. And you can see like workbench pulls off his jacket and he starts like looking at some of these monitors and like he's trying to
Yeah.
plug
Okay.
things in.
Can I tell him I want to know? I want to know these things' current capabilities, and I want to know what happened here. Why did they break?
What the fuck, dude? I thought we were just calling. Are we not getting the fuck out of here?
Hey, I got a thought.
Oh God.
What if the call came from within inside the house? These things, man, there was supposed to be no animals here. It was trees and it was plants and it was cactuses or whatever. But instead we come down to this like fucking lion lizard things out there.
Mm-hmm.
Workbench moves
Wait, what?
quickly straight at Vig, like with a. He's got like a knife out. He's like, "Well, shut the fuck up, man! Well, shut the fuck up!" And he's like, he reaches towards Vig and he grabs hold of your collar, Vig. He's like, "Shut the fuck up, man!" Did you see Workbench has just lost it? What do you, Jackal? He's pushed Vig against the wall. Well, if you say another fucking goddamn word about zombies, I'll fucking cut your head off, man. I'll fucking gut you real quiet and I'll leave you here.
All right,
I swear to God.
I'm gonna make a strength check to restrain this
Do it.
fucking insane boy.
Which one?
The one actually
I am
threatening
the
someone.
calmest person here. I am the
Yeah.
calmest person here.
Yeah, 16, way below 41.
While he does this, Vig, could you give me a fear check, please? A fear,
Which
yeah,
one?
a fear roll. Yeah.
So a 10 and 100.
Yeah, and you have to roll underneath your fear stat.
Which is 26. Oh, pissed. Alright, okay. 31.
Okay, gain a point of stress. And could you roll me a panic save, please? Could you roll me your... How many stress do you currently have, Vig?
7.
7. So you have to roll that beautiful d20 and get above a 7. Now, for those at home, when you panic, it's the only time you're going to roll a d20 in Mothership. And all that stress you've collected, it's the only time you want to roll high, because you want to roll above your stress. If you roll below it, then we'll see what happens. What did you roll?
17.
You do not panic. I mean, it's worrying that he's in your face with a knife, but you're like, oh, you know. And
I feel like I could use my rim-wise stuff here. This is where I'm getting all this from, right?
yeah,
Being
yeah,
on the rim.
yeah, and you're probably with some of this past that you've alluded to. Maybe someone's lost their shit with you before.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
absolutely.
so you know not to exacerbate the situation.
Yeah. People get on with me in small doses.
And it gives Jackal a brief moment to just sort of pull Workbench away. He's like, I'll fucking kill him, man. We got fucking.
Yeah, no, I wanna pull him away and like pin him against the wall with my arm and be like, absolutely not right now.
He drops the knife. Okay, man. Just keep him the fuck away from me. I gotta see if this shit works.
Okay, yeah. I motioned to Vig to be like, let's both get away from High Noon for the moment. That was pretty
Workbench.
out.
High Noon's so
Workbench,
chill
my
right
bad.
now.
My bad.
yeah.
There's 2 left.
As Workbench just sort of like goes back.
All right, as Workbench is doing that, yeah, I really want to take Vig aside and say, what are you trying to say here? The creatures were already here?
All I'm saying is, Like I've been to a lot of strange places. I've done a lot of weird things. I've worked in ships. I got my pilot's license civilian wise before I had to join the Corps. I've seen a lot of weird stuff, and it's never exactly as the way that it appears. There's always something weird going on. There's always a traitor. There's always some zombies, or there's always the calls coming inside the house. It's just always happens, man.
What? So you're saying there's going to be some kind of weird plot twist?
Yeah, there is. Frankly, there's gonna be a plot twist. Mark my words.
It's just like unfolding.
And we'll go to a break while Vince rewrites the whole series.
I don't know what.
By the way,
you mean.
I'm starting to really lean towards foreign-induced insanity instead of actual zombies. As a scientist, I prefer to keep the term zombie to something that is actually deceased and then returned from the deceased. So if it's any foreign body invading and causing insanity, I don't count that as a zombie.
Yeah, sure, zombies.
In your headsets, in your short-com radio, a voice pipes up. Harper, what do you say to the group?
Captain Corporal Archer? Corporal Archer, do you read me?
Why is no one calling me Captain Jackal?
That's not your name.
He doesn't call anybody by their call signs. Literally their actual names.
That's all you want. Is that your goal?
No.
He's not even a captain. It would be wrong. He's not even a captain.
If you request it, she will call you that.
Now.
She will call you that if you request it, but otherwise, she's going by what's on the list.
No, it's fine. Yeah, Harper, what's up? How's Tank doing?
How is Tank doing? She hasn't paid attention.
For the first
Harper,
time.
check on Tank.
For the first time, she turns around and Tank's there, sort of like. He seems more comfortable. He's stable. High Noon's like she's concentrating on him, making sure, she's pulling out some more med stuff and.
Private Stakely is stable.
Who the fuck is Private Stakely?
What is Stakely? The one you refer to as Tank? You just requested after his status?
Has Tank got diarrhea?
We are low on power here. I think it might be beneficial to try and access the power station and get the power switch back on.
As Harper says this, Jackal, you turn around and you look at Workbench and he turns around and he's like, she's right, man. I got nothing. I can't call out to anyone. We need to get the power back on in this place.
Okay, fine. If it's dead, this is a dead end. Let's go to the power station.
And that's where we're going to go to break. Rejoin us in 5 minutes to see where on
It's not going to be long enough, Vince. I know you've got to rewrite a lot of stuff now.
Yeah, I know. I need to go figure out. I've got, the back.
You don't have to do anything
5 minutes.
based on this nutcase.
I mean,
okay?
yeah. Well, all of a sudden we've got a zombie subplot that I need to just quickly sketch up. So while I'm figuring out those stat blocks, etc., we'll see you in 5.
No, I don't want to lose 20 buckazoids.
Like, no! Put that back on.
And welcome back. So, Harper has just conveyed the message, and Workbench doubled it up, that they need to reconnect the power to this scientific outpost in some way. While this was happening, Lucky, could you give me a D100 roll, please?
Sure. You haven't said this has no consequences.
Oh, this has no consequences. This
Cool.
is
Excellent.
this
Okay, I'm chill.
This is
My
not
dice like
This
those.
is not a stress check. This is just go on.
24.
24.
24 zombies.
Okay. This is where is it? You find something fairly unusual. It seems to be a small brick of some kind wrapped in sort of cling film. It's a fairly greenish, brownish sort of brick. Probably about, I don't know, a pack of butter, that kind of size. You're like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Where was this?
This was in one of the drawers.
Okay.
Of the, while High Noon was checking out some things, you sort of.
I sniff it.
After what
This
you
is a
cooking
solid brick of
there?
marijuana.
Hey!
I thought it might be.
Could you and because Harper was still doing stuff.
Lucky day. Lucky day.
Damn it, I'm an android.
Do you
Damn it.
what does Lucky do with this once he finds it? Because Lucky, when you turn around, Harper is looking in one direction, and High Noon and Tank are in another direction. So when you find it, no one's looking at you. What do you do?
I say, hey doc. Medicinal. And just show it to High Noon.
Is that what I think it? Holy shit!
I think it is what you think it is.
I hope you're not thinking about smoking that now.
Well, I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah, well, just.
But I'm just thinking about your
It's
patient.
now the
and
real. No,
Your-
no, I am not mixing
And his
the meds he's
pain.
on with that.
Okay.
Just put it in one of your utility pouches, and
I
we might need. Look, I might join
I
you.
stow it away and look for any other paraphernalia which may prove helpful when we get to the marijuana scene.
If we don't get to
Oh, look, a bug!
Oh no! Oh no! Could you roll me a D100, please, Lizzie?
No,
What,
this one
to
does
search for a
matter.
bung and search for a light?
A lighter and maybe some,
And
I don't
maybe
know, rollies,
No,
paper.
yes,
I've got a packet of cigarettes.
paper.
That's a 10 and a 0, so that's a 10. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 10. I'm on fire.
You find a small notebook.
Oh, that's, well, thin paper.
You're looking for that, but then you come across this small leather-bound notebook that has a name on it. Just want to get my notes. It has the name. I believe it's. Where did I put that piece of paper? I took it out so I had it ready, and I've misplaced it. It has the name of Karloff on it.
Karloff.
Ooh.
Karloff had an office round here.
Yes. When you open the notebook,
Mm-hmm.
you can see some. There are lots of notes about rock formations and just look very much a geologist kind of notebook. But
Okay.
then as it goes on, the notes become a little more garbled, and there seems to be lots of sketches of something that looks like a pillar of some kind, like an obelisk of some kind, devoid of sort of detail. And there are at first there's lots of different notes about it, but then just about the structure and there's actual talking about the density of it is very much like a stone with a. Also, it's hard to describe. Is that it has like a metal-like texture, very smooth, and then there seems to be some jottings down of almost looks like a dream journal of some kind. Someone going, having trouble sleeping, keep thinking about this since we found it. And some of the handwriting is a little bit garbled. Night terrors, dark spectres at the corner of their vision, weird voices that they can't quite understand, but it feels like there's thousands of them. A feeling of bringing things together. Teeth. Death. Blood. Blood. Lots of... I started to go a bit Garth Marenghi then for a moment.
Yeah.
Got it. I've got it. So there's some sort of structure, like a obelisk kind of, almost like a kind of marker. And then there's teeth and death and blood. Vampires!
Is this while we're talking on the radio?
No, sorry. No vampires.
It's playing in Lucky's head.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Can I, because I just really, really want to use the fact that I have art as a skill.
Mm-hmm.
Can I look at the drawings and see if there is anything additional that I can learn? Like if there's any little markings, or if it reminds me of anything that I might have seen in my many years in the Marine Corps.
Make an intellect check, I would say.
It reminds me of the Impressionist movement.
Ooh.
Very gestural and painterly.
Trying to get under a 43 with the dice that have been doing all right. So, haha. 91. Excuse me, 97.
97.
No. Drawings, innit?
Stress. Give me a sanity save.
This is getting Lovecraftian, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Is there anything that I can do that would assist me with this? No. 91.
Ooh.
Point of stress. Oh, I would also say that would have been with a disadvantage anyway, because Harper's in the same room. Oh no, because that's fear saves. That's fear saves.
Yeah.
Apologies. Could you roll me a panic check, please? Lucky?
Delighted to. My stress is currently 8, so I'm trying to get above an 8, and that is a 11.
11.
It went underneath my microphone, so that's why I'm fishing around.
You do not panic, but your brain, when you're trying to figure this out, the words seem to go from understandable English to gobbledygook. They're almost like weird shapes and runes, and then you see them like just flashes in your mind, just static and pain. You get a little bit of a headache and pain, and you can't really figure it out. But then it's almost like at one point it's almost like you can smell copper in the air and taste blood in your mouth, and you go to wipe your mouth and there's no blood there. But there's a moment and you realise, Harper, as you turn round, Lucky was stood there for 5 solid minutes and did not move.
Yeah.
Just looking at this book. Until all of a sudden it's like they wake up and like...
He's still looking at the book. Can I go over and attempt to just shut it and take it away from him?
You can...
Seeing as this is a record and I am here to collect data, can I?
Do you look at the book, Harper?
Well, I will do, but not right now.
Okay.
I just want to take it away.
Yeah, you take it, and all of a sudden, and it's that moment of, boom, that small leathery sort of like slap of the book closing that brings you to life, and you just all of a sudden Harper's right next to you.
Thank you,
I
Life.
put my hand.
Oh, sorry. No, what do you think?
Oh,
No, you. No, after you.
after you.
Thank you, Lance Corporal Day. This will be very useful.
Call me Lucky.
Lance Corporal Lucky, thank you.
As you see Lucky's, as you step away, you see Lucky's pupils sort of return to normal.
I put my hand in my pocket just to check that large lump of marijuana,
Marijuana's
is
still there.
Yeah. Just holding on to it now like a new friend.
But yes, what do the party do? Go on.
Am I still on comms with Harper?
You are still on comms.
Okay. Look, the comm station is a complete dead end. We're heading back to you guys to regroup, and then I think we should head to the power station. Can Tank move? Can he come with us?
Can he move? He's pretty.
High noon, sort of. I'll stay here. We'll be okay here. We seem to be. I mean, it's pretty fucked up, but.
They're on the radio too, right? So...
Yeah. Everyone can sort of hear this. So
okay.
High noon.
I'm not just relaying everything.
Yeah. High noon.
I don't want to be like Sigourney Weaver in Galaxy Quest. This is my one job.
Awesome reference. But yeah.
Everyone needs to see that film if they haven't.
Okay, then.
High noon feels
regroup.
a little more. She seems a little more confident being in this med bay. Do you know what I mean? Being out in the open, she was a little. I don't know what I'm doing, but like.
Yeah, this is a territory.
I can
Okay.
stay and keep him safe.
Private Kapoor, I believe I could try and lock the doors if that would make you feel safer.
If you can, yes, that would be a.
Then I'd like to lock because is there a door on the other side of this office?
Yeah, you can lock
Yeah,
it. Yeah, you'll be able to.
I'd like to go and lock that one before we leave, and then I'll ask her if she wants to be locked in.
Yeah. Yeah, and she'll be like, "Yeah, lock me in, but don't be too long, please. I kind of want to get moving. I want to get the hell off this rock."
How long is too long? Would that be?
Are you
3.5
seriously asking
minutes?
how long is too long?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I got a badly injured man, and I've got I don't know, the wolf dogs from hell outside here that want to eat us all. I'm saying.
Okay. So 9.3 minutes. Okay, excellent.
Shit, if we can get off 9.3 minutes, it's fine. She sort of looks at you like, okay. So, Lucky offered to stay, but she's like, I'm okay, you can go.
I mean, I'm not sure locking her in is the best thing, but
I mean,
you know, she has no fucking escape. But it's an option.
You know how when we were out in the forest, I went up on the rocks and I covered you? Harper, I'm telling you this because you may not know about military tactics in the same way.
I am aware of military tactics. I have downloaded a lot of the military training you have. I just assumed that you were moving out of danger rather than...
I was observing from a high point.
Oh, I see. Yes?
In order to then surprise anything that may come for you.
I see, yes.
And I'm suggesting the same sort of thing here. I could hide in one of the other offices, and if something comes, I could protect them while you guys go and 4 of you go and turn on the fucking mains.
Huh. Well,
Just saying.
You certainly could. It would... You could definitely hide it here, yes.
In order to protect them. Good. I'm glad we agree.
Sorry, Lizzie.
Now you toddle on.
So yeah, Jackal arrives back and goes, Lucky, Harper, Fig with me.
I tell you what, I finished all my snacks, but this right here, this is delicious.
I mean, he's not trying to be suck.
Yeah.
He's just how she sees it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I love it. Okay, right. So, and certainly, you reunite with Workbench, Jackal, and Vig. So, what is the plan?
Well, 5 of us are going to flick a main switch.
So upset.
Why didn't we leave workbench upstairs?
Because there was nothing he could do.
He couldn't do anything. He will go back there, but
He's gonna get killed before he gets back up there.
Probably gonna drink the slime, so let's just not.
only an absolute lunatic would do something like drink or sniff the slime.
Or just someone who wants to know what the fuck it was.
What is life without
Science.
experiences? Okay,
YOLO, I guess.
so which direction are we going towards?
Do something once a day that scares you. Sniff the slime.
That's why I have sex with vampires.
Oh God!
I think. Sorry, I think we should go the way that goes through the maintenance workshop, just in case there's any vehicles we can escape in if we need to escape from the zombie vampires.
I would agree with this. I think we have more opportunities to defend ourselves if we go that way as well. We're not in just one big open room. We're in multiple small rooms that we can close off should we be tracked or attacked.
I like the sound.
Well,
of this.
why
We
don't you
cover more
lead on,
ground.
General?
I like the sound of that robot.
Hey, and like, you notice the tensions are high on both sides now because
Yeah.
Lucky and Harper, you notice that when Vig mentioned about like the zombies and stuff, Workbench shot him a look like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." And Jack was just trying to.
Jackal's just noticing all of the tension in the room, and I'm just be like, "I'll lead."
I'm not noticing shit. Yeah, that's correct, of course.
Okay, so are you stepping back out the way you came rather than heading further into the complex?
Because we want to go to the maintenance workshop, so
There are two ways you could do it, because obviously there is a path that goes through the offices towards the laboratory dome.
yeah.
Which is the biggest part of this complex. You can
Did
make
we
it
want to
that
go
way.
through the dome, guys?
You don't have to go through the dome. There is a path that goes around it, as you can.
Oh,
right,
oh.
okay.
Do
There's
that
that,
then,
that,
yeah.
that outer
Yeah.
ring, so you could continue
Yeah.
through and then go out.
Oh, well then, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So what order is everyone going in? Just for reference, no other reason.
Me first.
Jack was first.
I'll go second.
Okay.
I don't mind. I'll go at the back. I don't mind.
Okay. Harper's at the back. Lucky, do you want to go after Vig? Workbench.
Yeah, I'll probably go between Vig and Workbench
Yeah. Yeah.
because it seems like they don't want to talk.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be quite close to Workbench just so that we can mutter to each other about idiots.
Yeah.
Idiots are geniuses.
Idiots and robots.
Yeah. This is the best game I've ever run.
Everyone hates each other. Yay!
Can you see it? Can you see at home now, everyone? How wonderful this game is.
I like everybody. I'm friends with everybody. I'm just saying that there's probably zombies or vampires.
Vig, will you stop? He's going to stab you.
I swear, Lucky, I'm gonna stab him in his bearded face. I'm just gonna.
Hey,
The statistical probability of there being vampires and werewolves and
God, she's talking
zombies
as well,
is
mate.
very small.
I mean, what?
I mean, seriously. You been with this crew long?
Yeah, I mean, Harper's quirky, but I've never heard her talk about. Did she just said talk about vampires?
I don't know.
God.
Listen, look. This is what I found. Little mouse.
Oh, a little mouse! Everyone make a fear save. No,
I'm just like,
It's my conscience.
it's been talking to me for weeks. Okay. This is the brick of the brick.
This is
of,
the brick.
The brick
This is
of
the
dope.
brick.
that
Just to kind of go, look, there's some hope.
I
dude.
just want
There's
to.
hope.
I just want to say this to all the viewers, listeners at home. I merely had a table of things to roll on, because who doesn't love rolling on tables of random items and events? And I did not expect a brick of dope to
Would it
become
have been a
part of the
little
game.
mouse?
So
Was there an option for little mouse?
there is now.
Did you roll for 420 to get it?
Can
Oh,
I
dear.
make a roll to sniff the brick of dope?
No, no,
Smell.
because
So
I've already done that, and you don't know it exists.
Yeah.
No, I that's why I'm trying to. Okay, now that you brought it out to the open, am I able
you
to smell
cannot.
it?
You're at the front. You're at the front,
Just,
Jackal.
your sense of smell is still traumatized.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that what I think it is,
That's
man?
fair.
Hey,
Did you bring that with you?
no, God, no! I found it in the office.
Oh, perhaps these scientists like to party more than I thought they
I
would.
know. Well, we'll sort this shit out and then
Yeah, man.
yeah.
That's okay. Okay, cool.
Fist bump. Awkward Space Marine fist bump.
As you head there.
I love their second album.
God, that really threw me. That. There's the path that continues around the dome, and I mean it's a solid wall, but you can see lots of windows going through. You can, and as you look through, you can see this is where everything kind of happens within this place. You see small flashes of it, dark as it may be, though. As you get closer to the sort of center of the complex and back towards the maintenance workshop, you do start to notice something else on the floor. There is another substance on the floor. This is the episode where they're discovering lots of things being left behind.
Puke.
It is a liquid. Harper, you know this
Oh, great.
as android blood.
Nice.
And there seems to be quite a few droplets of it heading towards, and it seems to disappear within one of the doors towards the lab, in where the laboratory dome is, before it stops. There's like big thick puddles of it at one point, but you can continue onwards, and you take a sort of step downwards, and you see around some of these corridors some more signs of things being knocked over, smashed. Now, where are you heading first? Are you heading straight to the maintenance workshop?
I am.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Jackal leads everyone towards... And you see, as it gets closer to the maintenance workshop, some of this outpost looks a little, cleaner. Decorated is the wrong sort of term, but it's it's a little sleeker. But the closer you get to the maintenance workshop and the power station, this is the more industrial-looking part of it. There's more sort of exposed pipes and things like that. It's more the workers part of it that maybe isn't necessarily visited as much. And you reach a couple of large double doors with the entrance to the maintenance workshop and main storage. Was this locked, Harper? I don't believe it was it?
No, it wasn't.
No.
It was, the power station.
And you
Solar
do
The panels and
Yeah.
the water hygiene.
Yeah, and you do see signs like pointing towards power station as you head further. You're seeing signage for other rooms in this place. And with a you open up, and you see this maintenance workshop is almost like an enormous garage. There are shelves with tools and equipment. This is clearly the structure where, this isn't. Vig, you would probably know this maybe more than some of the others, with your background, and also you know a little bit of mechanics. You fixed a few sort of ship parts or engines and things in your time. You recognise some of this equipment it's not high industrial stuff. This is just fixing what they've got. You do see two things in there. There seems to be. It's not huge, but there is a small manually operated loader in there with a couple of like it's smaller claws. If you imagine the classic one from Aliens, it's not as huge as that, as industrial, but it's probably helps for moving some stuff. And you certainly see there are big industrial crates with different notes on, and this is because it's storage as well. There's rocks. You know, this is definitely the stuff that isn't organic material as such. There's a lot of stuff that's boxed up, filed away, ready to be taken off planet when it comes to it. In terms of the tools, though, as I said, there's the exo loader. There's lots of maintenance equipment. There is a mini rover there with big, thick tires. Now, it does have a trailer as well. You do notice that. Looking at it, as you get closer to it, I mean, it's pretty dark, but you've all got sort of torches, and you know, you do. I would say it wouldn't take long to find some sort of you know, Vig. If you wanted a stronger lamp, there would probably be one that you can flick on. You know, just a small torch.
Yeah.
This is the place to find like the torches if you need them, and tools. So, go on.
Sorry, go on.
Go for it.
I was gonna, this exo loader. Can I just wear this around?
It would probably. It's not really meant for interior outpost things. This is definitely while you're in this. It's almost like a. You know, like a pump truck. You know, when it's in this storage, this is what's used to literally store things here. And you would imagine that when the vast doors are open from the front, the rover brings stuff in, and should it need to be moved away and stuff. The rover itself, when you get there, it's not huge. This isn't like a Humvee or anything like this. This would have a maximum capacity of 4 people in the rover.
Yeah.
You could probably get another 4 in the trailer.
Cool.
You do also notice that some of the controls of it look, when you shine a light on it, they look pretty frazzled. It's a sort of a scorching that you would recognise. Maybe this thing got hit by something in the storm. It's fried. It's gonna need work to fix up. You would definitely need to try and fix this.
Well, I've got industrial equipment skills.
Mm-hmm.
Can I stick around and
assess the damage? I would say you could definitely sort of assess what you need to do and see if there's see if there's stuff you can do. Yeah.
Jackal, do you mind if I see if I can get this thing to run?
Absolutely not. We're out of shape. We might at least have some kind of transport.
And the rest of you can see that, like, part of this, it's almost like part of one of the vents is sort of open and like exposing some of the interiors, like it was planning to be fixed. And there's some tools, but maybe not every Vig. You know, you might have to search for these things, so it might be a little bit of a search to fix it. But someone just didn't get around to doing it right now.
Is there an empty parking space next to this rover?
No. There's a decent amount of space, but it seems like this is the only one that they really had that you can see right now. There's plenty of space, so there's not really a parking space.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, would there have been space for
there's
as if there were another vehicle?
Yeah, there's space for another one, if that's what... Yeah.
What I was getting at is it possible that one left?
It could well be possible, yes. Yes, sorry.
And can I pick up a monkey wrench, please?
Yes, you can pick up a monkey wrench.
Thank you. Exactly.
I have a torch, please.
You've got the torch. I would say you picked up the torch. Yeah, straight away.
Would you like anyone to stay with you, just in case you need any backup? Or
yes, I would.
We're gonna need Harper to open the door to the power station.
Lance Corporal Day.
Oh, right. So I can stay here in the place full of machinery and improvised weaponry and look after this guy who is a pilot, and we don't have a ship but you didn't want me to stay back there and look after the medic and the tank.
Well, it was.
I mean, strategy, girl, strategy.
Firstly, girl. Secondly,
Stop disparaging the robot.
It was my understanding that Private Stately was simply recuperating, and Private Kapoor was watching over him. Whereas here, I believe that. Oh shit! What's your actual name? Sorry. It is my. Whereas here, Lance Corporal Blouse is going to have his hand. Blouse. I apologize. Is going to be quite occupied trying to fix the machinery. I think he could appreciate having someone watch his back. She's gonna. Are you just staring at her?
Why does nobody want to look after me?
If you're just staring at her, she's going to attempt to wink.
And considering there's only one really visible eye on Harper, she just looks like she's closing her eyes.
To make a fear save or something.
When it doesn't have that effect, she's going to just like close the shutter on her camera eye.
Take a picture of me.
Okay.
Hey, whatever's needed.
I would say, right, I'm going to ask this question to everyone that isn't an android right now. Because... and you'll understand why in a second, Sarah. Situationally, things are quite tense right now. You know, obviously, everyone's just trying to survive, and now everyone's had a moment to stop and think. Maybe the decision making is tempered with a little bit of anger sometimes. Harper is straight down the middle, calm, and just, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. She's talking to you all, not by your call signs, but by your given names. Very cool. How unnerving, honestly, do your characters think this is right now?
I would say Jackal, not so unnerved by Harper, but fully aware of how unnerving it is generally, and is fully aware of the effect it's having on people, and that unnerves him a bit. But he's a scientist; he's used to androids and robots being cold and protocol. You know.
Vig grew up on the docks, so he's worked with a lot of androids, especially chunky ones like Harper in the past as well. So I don't think that you're made of several different androids stitched together.
Rude! That's rudeness!
Yeah, he's actually quite fond of the robot. I think he kind of imprinted a bit on the robot when the other pilot died, and then the robot was the next person that he saw. Yeah. That's why he's calling it the robot.
I think she's basically like a Roomba. It's like a Roomba. That you're like, oh, I love her. And it's like...
Yeah, he's like, he's fine, but also he's obviously a little bit... He's in a bit of a weird headspace at the moment, hence winding up Workbench about the zombie vampires. So, So, Vig is not to be trusted as a marker of what's calm and what isn't.
Yeah. I'm going to make a roll for Workbench. Lucky.
So Lucky is angry, not unnerved. But angry because this is not the chain of command, and this is not, how military tactics work, and, experience in the field is way more important than some book you read, is why he would say he was angry right now.
Great.
No insight check in this game.
No.
Oh, no!
No.
Oh.
But it's fairly obvious that Workbench's nerves are getting frayed. I rolled for him twice. Just to be quite transparent with my players, I rolled him an instinct check, like they do for the contractors, of which he failed. He didn't critically fail, but he failed. So I rolled a panic check for Workbench. I haven't been keeping a stat of the NPCs, how much they panic. Okay, so I've just kind of kept it on a level. And I thought, 5. He's got 5 stress. Let's just say he's got 5 stress. So I rolled a panic check for him. He rolled a 3.
Oh.
He's jumpy from now on.
Oh.
So he
Sorry,
would.
I'll never wink again.
But it gets better, players. He gains 1 stress, so he's just got to roll with a 6. So let's just say this: Workbench has 6 stress. Let's just in case we have to. Let's just call it that. He has 6 stress. We've just called it on the fly there. What you need to know about Jumpy: all nearby crew members gain 2 stress.
Oh.
Everyone now gains 2 stress because he's a marine. Oh, what is a? Yeah, no, there won't be a trauma response with him as an NPC. No one's gonna have to, because he failed his panic roll. Don't worry, you don't have to make fear saves and stuff like that. I think,
right, okay.
Yeah, I think the
But
fact
we still gain
you
2
still
stress.
gain 2 stress because all of a sudden, like, you see he's, and Lucky, you would notice this, that he's looking at Harper like, you know, he's ready. His nerves were frayed.
Harper's gonna add to her like databanks never to try to wink again because humans find it confusing /
Yeah.
terrifying. It is still not understood why humans blink their eyes. More study is needed.
I mean, you literally just did this.
It's just like stared at them. But then when it just didn't have the required effect, tried the other eye.
And it just sort of went. Okay. That was a fun little wrinkle there, wasn't it?
I'm so sorry. Never
Hey,
again.
you're not the one who wound him up earlier. Sorry. Anyway.
Lucky is actively going to seek paraphernalia in order to get this man slightly stoned.
Okay.
Wish I could have smelled that brick.
Cigarettes. Don't forget, I have cigarettes.
Yeah.
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 Can I quickly check in with High Noon and Tank and just make sure that they're still alive?
You call in and all good with him.
Cool.
He's stable. He's fine.
Did we lock them in, or did we not?
Harper
lock
locked them in. Yeah.
We did lock them. Cool. All right then, that's fine.
She does ask, "Is anyone dead yet?"
Not yet.
Cool.
You want to take bets?
Not right now. Don't be.
Honestly, I'm thinking Vig first.
Okay. 20 credits on it, and then the short. the race.
Fuck is over.
Can Lucky on comms just say to her as well to keep looking through the medical records?
Yeah.
Because that's what he was looking for in the office, was like the crew medical records to see if there's anything. So not the notebook, which I think Harper
Just
now
actual sort of
has,
like whatever paper.
but just, you know, people reported with these symptoms, someone was freaking out, had to, you know, just to see if there's anything that she could piece together.
And she's like, that's a good idea, and also let her know when the system's back up, because she'll try and access it digitally as well. So, cool. So you're in the workshop. Okay. What is the plan? Vig's gonna assess the damage to the rover.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get some rolls for that in a minute. But, I mean, you know, it's not going to be a quick job, Vig. You know, this is looking at it. This is.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gotta do something, right?
So if you want to, is anyone staying with? Is anyone staying with Vig? I mean, Workbench.
It's just Lucky.
Yeah.
Isn't
Workbench doesn't want to. I was about to
Apparently
say
it's
Workbench
me.
would. Yeah. Okay.
Workbench can stay with me if he wants.
it? No, he's going with us.
So Workbench, Harper,
Lucky
and Jack.
is Workbench going?
He's got. Yeah, he doesn't want to be around
Okay.
Vig. Yeah. But
So
at
it's
the
going to be
same
around
time,
Harper instead.
you can tell he's a little bit unnerved, but he's
He'd
unnerved
rather
by her.
Harper than Vig.
This is like splitting up a class, isn't it? Have we all got to sit boy,
Yeah.
girl, boy, girl?
This is okay.
An
So I
NPC.
can sit you next to them. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Jackal's become the teacher, the
We have to split
supervisor.
you up.
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh god, I'm splitting you up, and then I'm splitting you up. I
Yeah.
know you don't like each other, but they like each other less than you don't like each other. So
Yeah.
let's just.
So giving Vig, and this is going to be interesting because I love the way that this has worked. At the beginning of the session, the party split in one way, and now the characters have paired off into other. This is going to be interesting to see how these pairings work out now. As Lucky is in this currently dark sort of like maintenance storage area. Like so, there are like assorted tools. Lizzie, you know, you get like a wrench and you know.
I just wanted a monkey wrench because they're really cool.
Yeah. and Vig's got to assess the situation, and the rest of them are heading forward to the power station. Okay. You begin heading down the corridor towards the power station, and you see signs heading on for solar panels, and then the door to the power station. Once you reach there, you see that it is locked, and there is like authorized personnel only kind of thing. But Harper, if you want, you can try and hack it to open it if you want. I would say with advantage because you accessed the system before.
Hey, sweet. Get us in there.
Well, that's 39, so I'm in anyway.
39.
But roll it
39.
again. If you get a critical success, you might get something else.
12.
12.
So
Okay.
better,
But not critical success. And as the door opens up, and you do see this is very much lots of data. There's panels. It's not power station in the fact that it's like properly industrial, but there are like units and all kinds of levers and switches and stuff for this main outpost. You would know immediately that there is a backup generator for this. And Harper, I would say you'd know this when you downloaded some of the schematics as well. That if the main power is gone, this place has almost a mini field of solar panels. So that is always in reserve. So you would have to sort of almost reconnect it. You'd have to reattach that, get the backup power up and running. It'd be running off whatever power has been stored here. You do hear somewhere in the distance
Can't hear it. Can't hear anything.
That is silence, my friend.
bang bang. Hang on.
Is this were you going
Okay.
again? Nothing.
What? This mic is amazing. Basically, you hear something banging on a metal door
You
a
must
bit
be
further up.
setting your settings.
I'll worry about the settings afterwards.
Worry about them now. No.
No, there are other things to worry about now, Harper. There is something banging a bit further up. Not in this room, but coming from the direction further up. Probably where the solar panels are. I presume.
From up the solar panels way.
Yeah, just a couple of
Interesting.
loud bangs against the door, possibly.
Okay. So can
That's-
I see for? Oh, sorry. What did you say?
No, it's okay. I'm just gonna say we make note of that potential threat. Guarantee 5 minutes. We're gonna be facing whatever that is. So power.
Is sort of.
Mhm. I agree with that sentiment. So, power. Harper, can you? What do you think? Backup power first, and then just play it safe and turn things off one by one. Is there anything that you don't think we should turn on?
What can I see anything?
You can
Is there
see.
any obvious things?
Make an intellect check, I would say, Harper.
Yes, please.
This is without the hacking and everything. This is just a general
Okay.
intellect check.
She's a smart robot. 45. Nice. That's 50.
That's
45.
that's
for
under
52.
under a 52. So you would know. also, I mean, you're not necessarily completely trained in these sort of areas, but you definitely, with that, you would know, right, we need to attach that. And certainly with Workbench and Jackal here, you can instruct them. You need to hit that lever, switch that, or you need to connect. There are certain pipes that need to be taken out and then attached to another thing. It's going to take, it takes a bit of work, but eventually you can get to a point where you're switching a couple of levers, like, as you do the third one, there's a hum, there's like a low sort of hum that happens, and you feel it in the room. You know if you walk into somewhere where there's a lot of sort of power, and immediately, Harper, from a screen next to you, it's not like the lights have just come on, but just to the side of you, you see what, like, one of the screens sort of like bzz, ding ding bing, and it sort of powers up, and you know you would have to use that to switch the power back on. Okay. Meanwhile, in the workshop, Vig, you know, you might need to get someone to hold the torch, unless as you got your head in there. Where is Lucky? Is Lucky hanging around where Vig is, or is he?
Lucky's just kind of wandering about, looking at what's in here. Possibly with an interest in hand welders. Because Lucky has a smart rifle, which is not much use in close quarters. Yeah. So
I would say
the ability to burn stuff could be useful later.
Okay, Vig, while you're trying to fix this thing, well, you're beginning to fix it. There should probably be a couple of skill checks, I would say, if you're going to continue to work on this. So your first one,
I will help if asked.
Well, on this first one, you get no help because Lucky's gone for a wander around.
Okay.
He's down some of the corridors.
I can add my industrial equipment skill to this, I'm assuming. Industrial
equipment. What other? Have you got any other bonuses? This would be.
Industrial equipment. I've got military training and rimwise as my train skill.
I would say probably just industrial.
Yeah.
This would be an intellect check. This is just figure out what the issues is and how you're going to have to solve it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. The D10 and the D100. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 98.
Okay. Add a point of stress. You cannot see. Like right now, this thing's pretty fucked at the moment. It may be salvageable, but you're going to need some help. And where the fuck is that Marine?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Lucky, you look up, you sort of ask for help, and he's not there. So immediately the stress goes up because you're like, he was supposed to stay here with me. I would say, Lucky, give me a D100 roll, please. Eliot's loving this.
It's just all
68.
going.
68.
Oh, sorry, Lucky. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I'm rolling on a table again. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Because Lucky's doing the looting. He's like, okay. As you're wandering around, you find there's tools, there's grease monkey stuff everywhere. You're like, you found your wrench. This is probably when you find the wrench. You're like, this is pretty cool. This is like, yeah. And then you see like a large sort of a cachet like box. There's like some tarps and stuff. And you're like, what's that? What's that? And you open up the box, and inside you find a few things. And this is up to you what you take. There seems to be a water-resistant duffel bag. Okay. In this bag, there is some binoculars. There is camping gear. There's 2 stim packs. There is a water filter. There is a personal locator. Just so everyone knows, if you've got one of those, then people can find you. They can find the signal. There is a
Find my iPhone.
Yeah, it's basically that. There is a rebreather So that will help breathe in sort of toxic fumes and stuff. There are... Oh dear, why did you throw that one? Alongside, there are like, seems to be some tinned, couple of tins of food. So you imagine this seems to be, if someone went out, this is one of the bags. If they're gonna go out a little bit further, this is where you go. But the other thing, there are 4 pictorial magazines. They are erotic pictorial magazines.
For the discerning reader.
For the discerning jungle trekker who's going out on their own. Just so you know, I haven't got names for them.
Not,
So don't ask me.
not-
Please don't ask me.
it's not the captain ordered, is it? Because in which case, we've got dubs.
Okay.
So
So it's like a little supply bag, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah.
I might
A
like
little goodie bag. Oh,
take some of the
Beautiful.
camping gear out of the big bag
Mhm.
because that doesn't feel so important, and just grab the rest of it and chuck it over my shoulder.
Okay.
But I'm going to put the stim packs in my pocket, and I'm going to sit down and start reading one of the magazines.
I'm not going to explain
The
it.
articles are really good.
Mm.
There's a short story by Kurt Vonnegut in there.
It's called "There Are Always Zombies."
When you had some way to smoke your weed, this would be really quite a nice little
Yeah.
break.
Right.
So you're kind of, and lucky as you sit down, you're still, you haven't got a sight of Vig at the moment. You can hear banging and some like clattering around as he's trying to fix this. But you just sit down, and I imagine these are like, you know, there's a couple of like aisles of those, you know, huge industrial shelves that's just got loads and loads of stuff on. You just found a small space there, and sort of you're just sitting down next to like a crate of rocks, or sitting on a crate of rocks, just reading a magazine. Vig,
With the crates of rocks, I also wanted to check if I kind of wandered around and poked at them a little bit, would I get any bad vibes that might relate back to the feelings I had when I read the notebook?
Very good question. As that plays on your mind, and that, you know, there's an echo.
But
of
I'm
it
going to
in
look at
your
that
brain.
after I finish the magazine.
Yeah. Yeah, you suddenly think about that. There's nothing really, and there's a certain trepidation when you open up some of the crates. We like, ugh. And they certainly they look to be, you know, alien geology, alien rocks, if for want of a better term. But they just rocks. Space rock. And you notice all of these seem to be rock. They don't have it. There's nothing that has any like moss or any. You would have. These are all just standard geology type stuff, but nothing gives you the creeps. Did you just throw a rock behind
I'm just throwing some rocks. It's like, yeah,
Vig,
whatever.
you're working, and all of a sudden you hear bang, bang, clap, clap, clap. Something clatters somewhere.
Frank, is that you?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
rocks. Do you want porn?
Yeah, I want porn.
I don't know. Someone took the covers off. I don't know what they are.
Oh my god,
Can I
they've
do
got
anything
beer
if
as
it's-
well. They're never gonna
Yeah,
leave.
Lucky, come on over. I've got beer and cigarettes.
They've got beer, cigarettes, marijuana, and porn.
Hey.
This just
Can we
turned into a
de-stress?
Pauline
Can we-
Shaw film from the mid-90s.
That's not a laboratory dome. That's a biodome in the middle, isn't it?
Oh God!
Can we de-stress? Like, I want to get rid of some of the stress.
Yeah, can we have a beer and a smoke and
Yeah, the smoke.
you know?
You just like,
So you want to stop doing the work to try and de-stress?
yeah, I'm like 11 stress.
Oh, really? Really? Oh.
What? How did that happen?
And the second that you light your cigarette, I come on the comms like, how's the vehicle coming? Are you nearly done?
I can still work with a joint in my mouth.
Okay. If you're stopping for a certain amount of time, this is going to be interesting. Normally in Mothership, which can be a very, very unforgiving system, you need to have some long downtime to sort of de-stress and, you know. But this, because of the nature of this mini campaign, we're going to play with it a little bit. Don't worry, I'm not going to let them off the hook too much, because if they choose to do one thing, it may impair another thing. So, as these two older gentlemen reconvene, what is the plan to de-stress between Lucky and Vig? As Lucky appears, he's got a like part, because you took the duffel bag as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a duffel bag, and as he drops it down, and in his hand there's there's porn mags. There's porn magazines.
Magazines in one hand. Dope in the other.
He's got dope in the other. How would you like to de-stress?
I believe we'll have a beer and a joint.
Cigarette, okay?
You having a beer and a joint?
That's the articles.
Yes, we'll maybe save the magazines for private reading time later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if the rest of them walked in and you were just sat, just two grown men sat around smoking joints and reading porn mags together.
The occasional sip of
What
beer.
has this show become? Okay.
Oh my god.
Hey,
So-
you gave us the things.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do.
This is a weird John Carpenter film.
I know. You're going
Stick
to
around to find out.
You're going to imbibe some narcotics and alcohol, and much as it says on the Mothership player manual, it does warn about these things, that there may be drug use, there may be all kinds of things. All depends on the sort of game that you allow your players to drag you down to play.
You gave us all these things.
I know. No, I didn't. I typed them and just thought they're not going to roll there, and that's the mistake GMs make.
It's not as if Lucky's gonna be like, "Oh, none for me, thank you."
Yeah. So,
Hey, my
okay.
name is Lucky, and look what I've got.
This is Robert Redford and Eliot Gould.
It really
together,
is, isn't it?
Beers and joints.
This is the happiest day of my life.
This is the coolest thing that can happen.
Could you both roll me a body save, please?
Oh.
I love that. This is the coolest thing that could happen. Roll me a body save.
Will anything help?
No.
Okay.
I don't think you're military trained to do this.
Part of your military training.
Trainings. Okay. Vig, what did you get?
12.
Fucking hell. That's a success. Lucky, what did you get?
I needed a 31, and I got a 30.
Oh my god.
Dad dancing. Ooh.
Stoned drunk dancing.
Okay.
We just have a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Take the edge off.
De-stress.
Good. Lucky, could you roll me a d5, please?
That is a 5.
So that's 3. You can take 3
Well, no,
stress.
that was a 10. Sorry.
Oh, 10, so 5.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
So 5.
Seems
yeah.
a bit.
Yeah, you 5 stress. Unbelievable. You rolled lucky.
Hey.
Vig, could you roll me a d10 and just half it, please?
Okay. I got an 8, so 4.
You take away 4 stress.
Wow.
Oh, what a night. Late December 1963. September, not December. I know, I'm an old man.
Oh, that's such a relief.
I'm pissed, man.
You have disadvantage on all rolls for the next 5 hours.
Worth it.
It was worth it.
There's the kicker.
What's our condition? Wasted.
And we're now best pals.
Yeah, they are. They've really made friends. Yeah. Okay. I would say. Actually, all rolls is really harsh. I would say not the saves, any checks to do stuff.
Okay.
You kind of sober up.
Yeah. If you're in a life or death situation, there's a certain sobering that happens in the moment. So yeah. But any checks that you ask for the next 5 hours, just remember this: is you're buzzed. Back in the power station, Harper, you're there with the screen, completely unaware. You think they're actually probably being productive. Jackal, you think they're hard at work.
Yeah, no, I do go into the comms and I'm like, how's it going with the car? We turned the power on.
Good.
Is a concept, man. I'm just saying, you gotta just look at the internal combustion engine.
Jack, you see workbench just sort of, he switches his comms off. I'm gonna kill that fucking hippie. I'm gonna fuck him up.
He wouldn't. What? They wouldn't.
Wouldn't what,
I
man?
mean, it's Vic. He's a pilot. He was desperate for a vehicle. There's no way he would not work on
that
that.
other voice. That was Lucky, right?
Can I come over the cons and just be like, do you require medical assistance? You're slurring your words slightly.
Harper turns the comms back on.
Yeah.
No, everything is fine.
I have all the medical assistance that I need.
Jackal is going to very, very bluntly immediately ask, what conditions are you in?
I just dropped in to see what condition my condition
Is in.
was in.
Yes. While they're really buzzed, could Harper and Jackal please make me a fear save?
Oh, shit.
Fear save.
Yep.
You did say plot twist,
Right.
didn't you?
This is like, you know, when you're drunk around a pet that's never
Yeah.
seen you drunk before and is like, what's wrong?
Jackal,
Harper has no concept of this.
Jackal, you have this at disadvantage because you're near Harper. Is that correct? Fear saves are with disadvantage near an android, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's not good. And it was before.
What a stick.
You got. You're okay. You're fine. Jackal, what did you get?
I got a 54 over 46.
Could you gain a point of stress
Yes, sir.
and roll me a panic save because what the fuck are they doing? What have you got
Wait,
to
are
be?
you
What have you got to
So my stress is 9, so I needed to get over 9.
be? Yeah, you got to get over a 9. Yeah.
I got an 11.
You do not panic, but you are worried now.
I am pissed at the thought that they have decided to become inebriated mid-mission
Yeah.
while we're still trying to gain info when we literally could be attacked at any moment.
Yeah, and Harper, you're you've pressed, you've gotten into the system, and the power's ready to just be switched on at this moment.
Do we all get a point of stress?
No, if
Right?
if you succeeded on your check,
But it's like, do we get the trauma response?
no,
Or is that
no,
just-
because
oh,
he
okay.
because he failed, he had to make a panic roll.
Okay, but then if he fails the panic roll,
That's when
that's when we get the trauma response, right?
the trauma response. What is your trauma response, Harper?
Oh, mine is to make everyone at a disadvantage.
Okay, so that's what kind of, because it was a fear save, that's what Jackal had to do. Because you had to make a fear save. In this moment, it was realising what would happen.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I mixed it up. That wasn't a sanity save. That was a, okay.
So,
Okay.
so
Sorry.
Jackal, he failed. He's a bit more stressed. He did not panic. Jackal's Workbench is still pretty freaked out, but he's like, what the fuck, man? He just seems to be getting angry as well. And the power is ready to be switched back on.
Let's do it.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna. There's no reason not to turn anything on, right? Like, let's just, boom, it all goes on, and then I'm heading straight to maintenance.
And it's sort of like, as the lights start switching on, and you see Jackal just he immediately starts marching towards. So if you imagine, like, as the camera is following him, he's just marching as the corridor is like lighting up in front of him. So he's heading, like, you know, the camera's just behind him. He's got a rifle on his back. The whole place is and we cut to other places in the outpost, like monitors going ding 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 bim boom. Whatever the reboot systems, as everything starts coming
Hearing
on.
the systems reboot, can I kind of try and go, oh shit, and hide everything, and
As
then
it goes,
like blow the smell out of the vent, hide the beer?
As you're doing this, and boom, make me a speed check, please, Lucky.
At disadvantage.
Vig, are you helping him?
I am. Yeah. May as well.
Then that would be with advantage, so it's just a straight roll.
Can I use my wilderness survival?
No.
No. So I'm trying to get below a 32. Oh god. It's a 23.
Fucking hell. God damn Lucky.
I can't do anything useful, but I can hide the evidence.
He had disadvantage, but Vig helped him.
Yeah.
So it was a straight roll. And certainly, there's a bit of tarpaulin in the back of this rover, as well, you know, the trailer. So you just, and you're hiding stuff and just, you know,
spraying WD-40 into the air.
Yeah. Vig he completely empties a can, crushes it, and throws it.
And then we're sort of leaning over, going, so what are you doing with the manifold?
Yeah, I'm about to slide underneath the vehicle, I'm looking underneath it, so
And Jackal, that's when you arrive, as the whole thing, like, the lights
is there
come
a
down.
door? Or is the door the same as all the other doors in that it's a button open slidey?
Yeah.
And not kickable in?
No. It just you came in and you know, you just.
All right, so I storm in and they're pretending to be working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing you do notice, I'll come to this afterwards. If you have your little moment right now, as Jackal storms up towards you and you see him, Lucky, approaching, and he doesn't look happy.
Hey, you got the power on. Great work.
Shut up. What the hell was that on the comms?
Excuse me.
Was it a joke? Was it a practical joke?
Is
that what you were doing?
Like, we were just de-stressing, okay? There's a lot of work to be done on this vehicle. Like, we've been through hell. We were just having a good conversation as friends, you know? Friends. My buddy.
That's
my
why
buddy.
you're prioritizing a possible escape route from the immediate danger that we're in, and our two friends locked in a separate room that we still need to go and recover as well. That's why you're making the most of our time.
I mean,
not spending it.
I was gonna stay and look after them, but she said no. And then I was gonna help you, and then you said no. So I stayed here. Jesus.
It's at this point that Harper and Workbench sort of turn up. What the fuck? What the fuck's going on, man?
What do you mean?
We're fixing the thing.
Fixing the thing.
The asshole is having a go at us for fixing the thing.
The thing that is broken.
The
Actually,
asshole
I'm
is in
having a go at you
charge
for-
right now.
I'm having a go at you for doing literally the opposite. You were not fixing the thing.
Do you think that now is the time to be reprimanding people?
That's
I
right,
think-
Robert.
I think this is just wasting more time, surely.
My good friend the Robot agrees with me.
Shut the fuck up! As a pistol's come out, and Workbench is pointing a pistol directly at Vig. I've had enough of your fucking shit, man!
Right, I'm gonna get out the trank gun.
Okay.
Just does that, I'm getting out the trank gun.
Okay. As he's doing this, make a speed check. Please, Harper. This won't involve stress.
Oh, I had 0, and a 6. That's 6, right?
Yeah. Harper moves quick. She went from, is this really the moment to be doing this, to, whoom. This is when you see like an android moving unlike any human should be able to move. It's a little bit shocking in some kind of way. It sobers you up a little bit. And you reach in really quickly. What are you doing, Harper?
This is your warning, Blanco. Put away your weapon. This is your warning, Blanco. Put away your weapon.
They're fucking
Final warning,
they're
Blanco.
fucking everything
Putting
up.
away your weapon. And
Workbench,
then
listen to Harper.
He's given 3, and if he doesn't respond in 3, she's going to shoot him.
You look. They're fucking everything up, Harper. You can see this.
Is he moving his gun?
He's pointed it away from Vig, but he hasn't pocketed it yet. They're fucking everything up.
Holster your weapon.
You can't be
Holster your
serious.
weapon.
I'm
Holster
the
your weapon.
fucking problem. Cheech and
I don't
Chong
point
over
a gun.
here are fucking.
Pointing a gun at anyone.
Oh, I swear to
She's
God.
She's still pointing the trank gun at him. And she's just not moving.
I'm just gonna say, Workbench, I get it, but not right now. Follow orders.
With that, because you've got the trank gun pretty much there, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
And he holsters the weapon.
And she puts it away immediately as soon as he holsters it away and moves and looks away as if nothing's happened.
Thank you, Harper. Now, I appreciate your previous comment as well. We are losing time with every single second. So, where do we want to head to next?
I'm gonna see if that fucking radio station works now.
You want to see if the radio station works. Vig, Lucky, are you going to stay here and continue working on the vehicle, or do you want to come and do something else?
The vehicle's going to need a lot of work. I am happy to stay here if that is what you want me to do. If you feel like you can deploy me better elsewhere, then I am happy to follow orders.
All right, then. Lucky, fuck it. I'll give you a choice. Where'd you want to go?
I'm going to be returning to the offices to retrieve some data. If anyone wants to join me.
I actually think I want to find some data as well. Yeah, if there's a computer in there, I could probably have a look for some stuff. I'm willing to go with Harper.
You can't be seriously saying that if I'm... You're going to leave me fucking my ball swinging in the breeze or take one of these two jackass to keep me safe?
No, I didn't say that. Workbench, you're coming with me.
No. I'll go up that comm tower with this young Marine.
Sure.
And there's a moment.
And-
There's a moment then when Workbench looks at you, and you can see there's a small flash of the moment you had earlier that was a little nicer, and he's softened slightly when he's looking at you.
And, he'll remember who I am and the reputation that I bring with me. And perhaps realize that he can be lucky too.
All right, go get Lucky together. I'm fine with it. Just...
The fuck, man?
Just remember, we are in immediate danger, and we need to find as much information as possible. Let's just get this mission done, okay? Let's focus on the mission, okay? And tensions are high. We're all at each other's throats. Workbench, I get it, but we need to focus on the mission right now. Otherwise, it may not be completed at all.
Just you're saying that. There's a on the comms. How's everything going out there, guys? You recognise High Noon's voice.
It's a little shaky, but I think we made some progress. We got the power back on.
Yeah. Cool. That's all cool. I think some of you might want to get back here because there's something moving around outside the door. And that is where we're going to end part 3.
I'm so glad you didn't leave me there.
That is where we're going to end part 3 of Endangered Species, and what a dramatic part this was. This game is just playing out, and it's just the tension is just being
so fun.
It's so fun. Just in case anyone wondered, of course, we're all good friends. And we all love each other, and we like playing games, and we can have a go at each other in character, so it's all good. This is all good. Yeah,
Oh no!
Yeah. It's, once we hang up, we're all going to give each other a big Golden Girls-like hug.
Choc and Blanche.
That's a strange choice of words, Matt. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this week. I think you can agree it's getting very, very interesting now. We're getting into the psychological horror of this whole thing and the mystery of Endangered Species, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and we hope you have too. Now there's several. Thank you very much to a couple of people. If you like the music on this week's session, it's all from Tabletop Audio. Go check them out on Patreon. There'll be the links below. It's fantastic atmospheric stuff. I know that when I change up the tunes in Roll20, the players immediately know what they might be in store for. It's that kind of great atmospheric music. And they're sort of like 10-minute ambient sort of tunes you can use in your home games, and it's thoroughly brilliant.
Or just in your home.
Yeah, yes. In your home games when you're not trying to scare your friends over Zoom. But speaking of friends,
Use it in your team meetings at work when you really want to freak out your colleagues.
yes, I like to bring up this PowerPoint. Boom. Where can people find you, etc.? Let's start with Lizzie.
Well, not where I wanted to be. Not where I wanted to be. No, I am on assorted social media as at Lizzie Boyle Says or at Ski Shoot Repeat Podcast.
Nice.
There's no podcast on the end of that, but there you go.
Yeah, well worth checking out. Check it out. Yeah. Sarah.
Hello. I will be at. I'm always at. I'm Milmo Comics on everything, so that's MILMO. I am fried.
There's links below.
Links.
Yeah.
I'm the same on everything.
Yeah.
I said it last time, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to repeat myself.
And you
It's the
am
convention.
I wrong in saying you got a table for the UK Games Expo?
I have. Yes, I'm excited.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll be there 5th and 6th of June. I'll also be at Swansea, which I think is in May sometime. So
There
yeah,
you go. Yes,
come
go
and say
for it
hi.
and check out Sarah's stuff. Eliot,
Hi.
where can they find you?
Oh, YouTube.
Just find him on YouTube. There's there's links and everything in the show notes, and also his music's brilliant, so you really need to check it out. He does the Safe Space theme tune, and it's awesome. That's why we called him Maestro, and I butted him up psychologically before putting him through the absolute ringer
Oh yeah.
for this episode.
This is where I began.
Yeah. Speaking of psychological torment, Matt Troy, where can they find you, my friend?
You can find me on the Measure of a Fan Twitter page, Instagram page, and you can also find me on Twitter as able_albatross or on Instagram as matt.troy.
Nice. And you can find me on social media at Jester Diablo. You can follow this show at Safe Space RPG. If you want to listen to some more podcasts or see more shows, check out the other videos on our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Go to lawbreaker.podbean.com to find out more about the other campaign. This is set in the same universe. How is it all linked? Well, you might find out at some point. And yeah, check out the social media links, etc. Thank you very much for joining us this week. And be sure, I keep forgetting to do this, be sure to check out Mothership. Where's the book gone? There it is. At mothership.rpg.com. Definitely check out the system. It's a system that more people need to play because it's well easy to play and you can have games like this. So thank you very much. Join us next week to see how tensions will be frayed anymore and what other things are happening within the outpost of Linnaeus 7. Next time we discover who the real endangered species are. Bye everyone.